Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here again. Today I'm going to be showing you how I digitized this journal cover logo. It's simple, it's stylish, but it's a lot of fun to put together and it looks great on the front of a journal. So let's dig in. So I've started a new design and I've got my hoop set up as the large hoop. I'm going to just turn that so that I can work landscape. And then we'll start by making the spiral. So for that I'm going to go to Digitize and Circle. I will choose Ripple as the fill type and I will set the spacing to 3mm and the length to 3mm. I'm then going to do a single click for the center of the circle, drag my mouse and then hit enter twice to set the circle. Now at the moment the software Hatch Embroidery Digitizer is centering the hoop over the design that I've created. So I want to change that, and I do that in the software settings under embroidery settings, and I go to machine and hoop, head down to where it says hoop position, and instead of automatic centering I'm setting that to manual. Okay, so now now if I select and move that, the canvas or the hoop will stay where it is. Okay, so let me just double check the size that I made the last one, and that was 67-ish. So I'm a bit bigger, so I'll just drop that down to 67.5. And then I want to change the color, so I'll bring up the thread palette, type in the number of the thread and click on the color, and that will then set the spiral to be that color. I'll come back to that in a moment. First let me just change these. Next I'm going to do the journal text, so I will use the lettering tab on the left and I will type the word journal in uppercase. Then I will select the font, and that's going to be Art Block, which is here. Quite small at the moment, so I'd like to increase that. So I increase the height to 40mm. And I'm also going to change the color to a dark fuchsia. Okay, so we've got that. Now I need to add the year. So I'll do a second lettering, 2021, and this time I'm going to change the font to Slim Block. Now at the moment I've got all types of fonts selected, but I just want to go to the stuff that's already been pre-digitized. So I select the embroidery from the drop down there and go down, Slim Block, that one. 2021 Slim Block. Just going to increase that very slightly by 1/4 mm and then change the color again, this time to dark grey. Right, now just before I move on, I'm first going to select the spiral and the 2021. Then from the right click menu, align centers. Control G to group it, and then I'll try and roughly get it into the center of that O, and then I will select all of that, and again from the right hand menu, align centers horizontally. So that's now all in position. So I'm going to ungroup those two elements. Select the word journal and create an offset. And I find that in create layouts and then create outlines. So I just want the object outline. I'd like to use the satin stitch, although there are others available. And I would like to use one of the colours that's already in my project. So at the top you've generally got basics, but down the bottom there are also some of the colours that are in the project. So I want to set it to the dark grey. I'm going to leave individual outlines selected and sharp corners. Then click OK, and that will generate the outlines. They're a bit out of order at the moment, so I'm going to sequence those. So I will start by grouping the A with the center of the A and the O with the center of the O. Then I'll start shifting things around. J-O-U-R-N. And you can click and drag, or you can use the arrows at the bottom of the sequencing palette. Yes, that's right. Okay, so that in essence really is it, but what I want to do is actually bring this 2021 to stitch out in between the O and the U. So I select it and then just click up until it gets into position. I'm going to close a couple of the tabs down so I can zoom in. So here's the design overall. There's a couple of things that I want to change. Where the trail of the spiral is, I'd actually like to hide it behind one of the letters. So I'm going to select it and then use one of the rotation options. Just go around until it's hidden behind one of the letters. And also I would like to double check the in and out points. So I switch off True View. I'm going to select the J, zoom in, and then click on Reshape. So my in and out point here is at the same point. If I click on the next things to be stitched, which would be the O, I can see that the in point is all the way over here and the out is up here. So that's going to cause me to have all sorts of trailing threads going on. So I'm going to bring the in point on the O all the way around to here, and you can see how that trail already disappeared. And I'm going to bring the out point to just below the number 2, and hopefully that will give me some leeway. Then if I select the inner part, I'm going to bring the start point down to where my last out point was, and I'll bring the out point to the start, and that means that trail is going to now just go across there. Then for the 2021, my in point is perfect and my out point is fine. That should then go over to the U, but it's going all the way over there. I want it to come back over here. Out point I'll move to the top right. Then for the R, I'm going to move that up there. So I'll only have a tiny trail across. And then the out point, where's the out point on this one? Can't see it out there. I'm going to move to the bottom corner of the R. So what I'm actually doing is almost, oops, just moved a node. I'm following the trail of the pink, if you see what I mean there. So the next shape would be the N, so I need to bring the starting point all the way over here. And the out point there, and then for the A, the in point down here. and the out point there, and then basically it will move on to the inner of the A, and it doesn't matter about the out point there, or does it? Yes, it does. So we'll go across to the L, and that is there. The out point on the L doesn't matter because it's the last letter. Right, so I'll turn True View back on, get back out to my design, and I am almost ready to stitch that out on the machine. What I'm going to do though is run it through the stitch player in Hatch Embroidery Digitizer first, just to really double check and pick up any particular any possible issues with sequencing. So I will very quickly do that now. And there we have it, the design stitched out. I'm happy with how that went, so I'm going to export it into a PES format, obviously because that's compatible with my brother machine, and then I will stitch it out on the machine and join you back here and show you how it went. Okay, there we go. I'm very happy with that result. The only things that I would change in the future is not stitching the dark text on a dark bit of fabric. That was a bit of a boo-boo. But otherwise, very happy, and I will be doing a separate video on how to construct the journal cover in the future, so please do subscribe and look out for the notification for that. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.